Let's create your YouTube opener or YouTube thumbnail using Filmora X. All right, let's go. So first thing, just before we get into this video, I just want to start by mentioning the fact that Filmora X is not the most comprehensive, deep video editor on the planet, but that's why we love it. The beauty of Filmora X is simplicity. And if you want to see a quick video about why I think Filmora X is the best video editor for YouTube or vlogging or that sort of stuff, I'll have that linked in the video and then in the description. And then also if you want to see a quick tutorial on how to create a video in Filmora, I'll have that linked as well. So go check those out, but that's not why you're here. So let's get to making that opener and that thumbnail. So I'm going to quick walk you through sort of how I created my YouTube opener and then how you can maybe go and find your own, create that way. And then also I'll throw in another quick sort of guide on how to basically create one from scratch on your own if you choose to do that sort of from scratch. And then after that, we'll move into the thumbnail portion. So first thing, you're going to open up Filmora X, and this is the screen you'll be greeted with. So what you want to do from here is go over to your titles, and in titles, you'll see they have this openers right here. These are some of the pre-included openers that Filmora has, and you can just use these, drag them down your timeline and start working that way. I have downloaded this pack, and this is the one we'll be working with here. So tech review pack opener, just grab it and drag it down onto the timeline. And then you can play, but you'll just drag across and see. That looks very familiar if you're watching this video. But to make it my own, just double click on this and it'll bring you into sort of the editing, the simple editing page, but you want to go into the advanced. So click on advanced and it'll bring you into the advanced editing page here. So inside of here, you can't really, and again, we love Filmora for the simplicity, but with that, you can't necessarily change everything about this opener. You can only really change a few things, which is namely the text. So the video is going to stay the same, but we're going to come over here and change the text. So just come up to the text box here. We can throw in, if I can type, for the love of all things holy. Let's actually do this right. So you'll change that there just by double clicking on, or just by clicking on the text, or you can click up here in the box. So if we want to, change the review pack one, or you can just click down here and we'll just change that to, let's actually do this the right way. So there you go. That's the name. And then you can obviously grab and drag it around if you want to. Let's put it up here more at the top. Expand it out a little bit, whatever you want to do with that. And then you can, put that in there and then see what this looks like. Just drag in the timeline scrubber. Cool, looking good. But then to make it a little more customizable, you can change up here at the top, obviously your fonts. I am personally a fan of Vampiro 1. You can change the size, bold, all that sort of normal text and font stuff that you can change. You can do that here. So we got that in, and now let's go ahead and throw the graphic in, so my logo. And that you can do right here. So you can either add another text box, you can add shapes, or you can add images, which is what we want. So open that up. Here's my masked logo, and boom, drop that in. And let's, for the love of Pete, shrink that down. Put that here in the middle. And now that you have that selected, you can see it shows up down here on your timeline. Obviously, we don't want it to scroll across the entire video, so just drag it down to where you want it to appear. We'll put it right down here at the end. And then once you have this selected, come up here to the top to where it says animations. And now you can add an animation to this so that it doesn't just show up in the screen where everything else sort of has, its own animation. So we'll just, I don't remember which one I have in here, but we'll just say we'll put pinwheel. So just double click on that, and there you go. Now you have your text, and you'll see it down here. The two sort of not parentheses, but I don't know what those are called. Those basically show you the intro or the in point and the out point. So we want it to come in that way, but I want it to stay. So I'll just drag that all the way to the end. And now we can see what this looks like. Boom, simple. And that's probably the intro that you saw when you started watching this video. So there you go. Now just click OK. Click OK to close that. And there you go. Now you have an intro. It's that simple. So how do you get your own? Let's take a look. So on this screen, if you see this little download arrow up in the top, if you click on that, it'll take you to Wondershare's film stock website. So you click on that, and then this is the website that it'll take you to. I've already clicked on effects, and then, say maybe you have a gaming channel. So I typed in gaming openers, basically, and you can type in anything here. There's so many different film stocks that you can choose from, but just type it in gaming openers and you can see all the different variety of pre-built motion graphics and motion effects that you can use. And you can see there's 4 different pages of just gaming openers. So that's a lot. So let's just we'll grab the pixel blocks because I think that's kind of a cool one. And then this is the web page it'll take you to. And then you can see right here, it'll tell you get 26 different titles, 48 different elements, 8 transitions, and 6 overlays with this one specific pack. Now, I will say these aren't free, not all of them. So if you see here, the little pink lightning bolt, that means it's part of the standard library. The yellow star is part of their premium library. And then if you scroll down, it'll tell you if it's a green dot, it's free. So the standard library, I think, cost about $8 or $9 a month. The premium library is pretty expensive. It's about $40 a month, I think. It's really expensive, so I don't recommend this. But I have the standard library. I think it's well worth the value for what you get for $8 a month. So you can see Pixel Blocks is part of that standard library. But anyways, that's what you get for this one specific pack. So just click download, and then you go back into Filmora X, and once it's downloaded, it will show up in all of your titles, your transitions, effects, and all of that. So you can see I have it here, Pixel Block Pack. So you can come down and grab one of their openers now. So I don't know which one you like. Let's just say this one. And then you do it the exact same way. Grab it, drag it down to the timeline, double click on it to get into the editing page, and then click advanced. And now here you are in the advanced page. And we can see what this one looks like. It's pretty neat. And then you can work just the same way. So change this out. We'll say, oh, for the love of God. Crash. All right, actually, let's put this as we'll make this one. And And then scroll over, see what that looks like. And then maybe this could be like, you know, the specific name of whatever you're doing. So we could say like, you know, Fortnite. Whatever. Beginners. And now you can see it's too big. You can, again, just grab it, drag it down, resize it as you need. Again, we like Filmora for simplicity. And beginner's guide. Boom. And then you can come back over, see what that looks like. Not bad. Might need to do a little bit more adjusting here. We can grab that and pull it up a little bit higher. And looks good. And there you go. Again, click OK to close that, OK to close it, and you've got your opener. So it's that simple. And like I said, there's, you know, hundreds of these packs that you can choose from anything from a romantic love pack to, you know, Christmas or holiday packs. And what I would recommend doing at this point is creating your opener and then go and export it as its own video clip. That way, every time you create a new video, you don't have to go through the process of remaking this opener. You can just drag and drop it as a media clip. This is what I've done. So if I just import, and you can see there's my opener. And then every time I make a new video, just drag that down. You can select the settings that you want, and there it is with audio, just like that. So the last one that I wanted to show is how to basically kind of create your own custom. So let's get rid of that. You can do this a lot of ways. They come with sample colors, sample videos, or you can upload your own pictures, whatever happens to be. But, you know, we'll just take some of these sample colors and you can just drag them down. We'll try to come up with something. And again, this isn't going to be, you know, the craziest thing on the planet, but I think it'll be good enough if you have like a simple vlog, or, you know, you just want a nice something, you know, that's not too cosmic, but it draws the attention and it does what it's supposed to do. So there we go. We got a couple of gradients. Let's maybe try to make this go from like light to dark back to light. So you can double click on this and come into that image editor. Up here you have image, color, and animation. We'll just click on image and flip this. So now it'll go from, you know, light to dark back to light. You can click OK. And maybe we can throw a little transition on here to make it sort of blend. You can see now it sort of blends from purple to blue. But let's take this and drag it the whole way, so now it's blending the entire time that you play it. So kind of just a slow opener there. All right, so we got the background set. Now maybe you can come back in here to your titles. Go to some of the included, or if you've already downloaded a pack, whatever happens to be, you can put something on there. And let's grab something. Let's see. I had one in mind. Yeah, I like using this one. So we'll just grab this one and drag it down. Resize it to fit. And let's see what that looks like. Yes, we got it. Cool. So that looks good. So what I don't like so far, so you can see we kind of have the purple square here that sort of matches that purple fade. But we have teal over here. So maybe we can see if we can find a color to kind of match that teal with. So coming back here to the sample colors, see if there's anything. So that's kind of bright. We can maybe use this. So just drag that down to the timeline And then one of the neat features that came out in Filmora X is they have a color match. So you can click on this, double click, and come up to the color and go down to color match. You click on that, click comparison view. And now you have your clip that you're trying to compare to and match the color with, and then just drag it over to the scene that you're trying to match. So then you go and find the color that you want to match it with. So we'll say right here, and then you just click match, and that's simple. Now we can delete this. We don't need it anymore. And now we have the green. So now when it fades, it'll fade from purple to dark to the tealish color. But let's see, maybe we can we rotate this again? There. Boom, looks good. So now that we have sort of the motion and sort of the opener, now all we got to do is what we've done twice already. Double click on it, come to advanced, and now we're just editing the text. So, like we've done before, crash, we'll say Will Cox, and now it's a little big, so let's resize it. Looks good. And then we'll say computers. Again, let's resize this. And then bring it up a little bit. Let's bring that in. Good. And then let's grab this last one. We'll say PCs. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Boom. All right, so this time, let's go ahead and mess with some of this text a little bit. So, you know, you can come down here, like I said, you can change all the font stuff, but you can also come over here to your customize and add a little bit more customization here. So let's just say we wanted to maybe add a text shadow down here. Click on that. You can see the shadow just popped up, and you can obviously change that as you see fit. That looks pretty good. Maybe you want to use one of the presets over here. So you can click on, maybe this looks kind of nice for the crash. So now you made it a little more customized for yourself. And then last thing, let's put my logo back in here. Click on that, open. Let's resize it. Let's put it there. I have something in mind, so don't worry about why it's there, but let's say we're going to go with the drop. No, we wanted the, let's see, there's one we were looking for. Yeah, this drop. So now double click. Boom. Want it to be a little bit further over. So let's put it there and see what happens. That's close enough. There you go. Close enough. One more time, just for old time's sake. Yeah, you can obviously adjust that and get it centered, but there you go. Boom. That quickly, you've created your own sort of custom opener for whatever your channel happens to be about. So it's that simple. 3 different ways that you, or really 2 different ways that you can kind of create a custom opener in Filmora X. Again, simplicity is the key. So now that that's done, let's walk through how you can create a thumbnail. So typically one of the best methods of creating a thumbnail is just sort of using some of the video footage that you already have. So we will go in here, import. Let's go here. So I'm going to make a video on Cyberpunk, on the benchmarks. So I already have a little clip from it. So just import that clip that you have and drag that again down to the timeline. Yep, set your settings. And all right, so this is obviously could be a longer clip depending on what you're working with, but just scrub through to find the section of that video that you want to use. We'll say right here, whatever this is, we found it. This is the clip. So now you're going to do much the same thing. You're going to go in and find your title. Let's say we're using that pixel block pack again. All right, so this time instead of trying to find a opener, you're just going to look for maybe a lower third or something to that effect. So see if we can find one like this and just grab it and again drag it down and drop and resize as needed. And then once you're in there, same thing, double click, go to advanced. And here we are again in the advanced editor. And then same thing, you're just going to really, like I said, because you can't really mess with the preset video. So you're just going to change sort of the text, add any logos, whatever you want. So let's go in here. We'll say we're going to do 77. And then I actually kind of like the way this one looks. I may actually wind up using this. So let's say we're going to do 1080p. There you go. That quickly. Now you have sort of your thumbnail built. So click OK to get out of there. And now all you need to do really is scrub through in the timeline to where you want. Let's say right here, we got everything on the screen. Then come down to this little camera right here. And just, well, I'll show you. So come back to me just so you can see it on this little camera and just click the snapshot. Or you can hit Control-Alt-S. And you can see it'll show you where it's getting saved. But now, here you go. Now you got your own little thumbnail. So go back in and find where that thumbnail is or wherever you saved it. So here it is. Just open that up. And boom, there you go. A thumbnail that's ready to be uploaded to YouTube or wherever you're putting that thumbnail. And you're done. So that simply, you've got YouTube openers and YouTube thumbnails that you can create using the very same software that you edit the video in. So this way you're not jumping around from program to program. You can do everything in-house in the same program. And again, that is the beauty and the simplicity of Filmora X. So if you guys found this useful, enjoyable, or if you're just a kind-hearted soul, please go ahead and drop a like, subscribe. I would certainly appreciate it. With that, God bless.